music fanatic. I've always had tons of music, and I was fine for a while. And I started working at a record store at Hyde Park Records.
I'm a vocalist and a pianist. I'm a natural pianist. I play by ear. That's how I started playing. All of my family owned piano.
I've been in love with music since my childhood because I'm a musician. So music is everything. It's my life. It's my complete life. I play music. I play clarinet. I play piano. I'm in a lot of different ensembles. And so the records, the reason why it resonated with me was because of my musical practice. I use the records. Now my collection is pretty curated. I don't have I have a lot, but they're not just anything. So I wanted to have a collection, being a black woman, of black artists for archiving, for studying.
The voice and the music go together as one. There's always something. So even if there's no voice and it's just music, just the instrumental and people moving, the sound that people make while they move, or enjoyment or laughter or something, or the musicians making when they are, like playing, the bass players, they're making sounds. All of this stuff is captured on vinyl.
An archive of a sonic moment.
Right.
So John Coltrane, our heroes, I can still really access him from a record.
Right.
From a recording. It's a library. It's the information on the back. Like, you can read so much information about the artists and their influence. This is something that gets lost in the MP3 download culture. You don't get all this great information. I mean, we barely got it on CDs, but this, they will go into details about the artist's life. It will go through each song. It's like, well, this song, they did this and that and this.
Sound is first, the earth is first, and that marriage is why it's important. That's why, like, when we get old records and we hear that crackle sound, it's almost like spirit is in it. I don't know. I mean, it's like spirit is in this record and it's holding this moment. Whereas if it's remastered, it may sound beautiful, it may sound clean, but this is the real deal.
Anything I put out is going to be on vinyl. It's going to be out there so that future generation will have something that they can hold on to inspire them to create more music.
So for me, and what we just got through, actually just in this space, recording a music that will be on vinyl. For me, it is it's a ritual. It's really important to archive. I was listening to someone talk about different Chicago artists, and they were telling these stories, particularly Minnie Riperton in particular, and they were telling her story, and they were just talking about how she was kicking in with Stevie Wonder and like blah blah blah, and like she met this person and then this, and I was like, man, that's like me and my friends. I was like, I need to record this record. I was like, if she wouldn't have recorded a record, we would not know her story.
I think people are missing that connection, the tangibleness of music and the circularity of the music, and just having something that you physically have to touch. It's like very sacred. It's very, very sacred. It's a holy experience. It's a spiritual experience. These records are used. These are from back in the day. Somebody went to the store and bought one of these records 50 years ago, brand new, and it survived grandma's basement, all this stuff, and back and forth, and now it's in my hands. So another thing, too, about used records, there's a lot of records, reissues, but having used records, you got something that somebody loved on. Right? Now, that in of itself, somebody put this record on, they enjoyed it, they bought it, they loved it, they had their life, children, marriage, death, and then the records go to, that's what we do at Hyde Park Records, we buy used records. So what makes Hyde Park Records very special is because we have access to the south side of Chicago. The music from the south side of Chicago, from the people who migrated here, and we're all migrants, so I'm not from Chicago either. brought some heavy stuff.
Over there, I see